The story of Faust, right? The guy who sells his soul to the devil. It's one of the most powerful legends we have. But what if I told you it's not just one story? Today, we're going to peel back the 4 different masks this legend has worn throughout history. Because the story you think you know, well, that's just one version. It's just one face of a character that's been reinvented for over 400 years. And each version tells us so much about the anxieties and the ambitions of its own time. And that right there, that's the key to understanding Faust. It's an evolutionary saga. With every major retelling, the legend puts on a new mask, and it transforms from a simple warning into this complex philosophical blueprint. So here's our roadmap for today. We're going to start with the original terrifying moral lesson. Then we'll meet the complex, tragic hero. After that, the modern icon of relentless ambition. And finally, we'll see how a philosopher came along and just turned the entire legend on its head.
Okay, let's begin with the very first mask. Now, this isn't a story about nuance or psychology. This is a terrifying sermon, and it's designed specifically to keep you on the straight and narrow.
Our journey kicks off in 16th century Germany with a book called the Faust book. Now that phrase right there, critical baseline, that's so important. This is the source code, the original DNA for everything that comes after. You gotta forget complex characters. This was written as a straightforward, totally unambiguous warning. And the message? Man, it could not be clearer. Its whole purpose was direct moral instruction. The devil in this version isn't some charming, witty trickster. Nope, he's a literal, tangible monster. And the takeaway is simple. You stray from God, you will be damned. There are no second chances, no hope for redemption, just pure, unadulterated horror. Okay, so fast forward just a few years later, the legend hops across the channel to England, where the amazing playwright Christopher Marlowe gives Faust a soul, a brilliant mind, and a whole new tragic depth. So Marlowe introduces us to Dr. John Faustus. Now, this guy isn't just greedy for gold or power. He is an insatiable scholar. He's mastered logic, medicine, law, the whole shebang, and he finds it all completely boring, totally unfulfilling. His ambition is intellectual. He wants to go beyond human limits, and that's what leads him to dabble in the black arts. And what a deal he makes. It's not for some vague, undefined power. It's for a very specific term, 24 years. 24 years of absolute power, with the demon Mephistopheles as his personal servant, all for the price of his eternal soul. Now, this right here is what makes the story really tick. It's a true tragedy because Faustus is completely torn. On the one hand, you've got predestination. Is his damnation already a done deal written in the stars? Or, on the other hand, does he have free will? Can he choose at any moment to repent and save himself? This internal war is what makes Marlowe's version so incredibly powerful. But ultimately, his pride wins. He just can't bring himself to truly repent. And in one of the most terrifying scenes in all of theater, the clock strikes midnight on his final year, and he is dragged, screaming, down to hell. So yeah, the cautionary tale is still there, but now it's a tragedy of human potential completely wasted by pride. All right, let's jump forward 2 whole centuries. The legend is about to undergo its most radical transformation yet. In the hands of the German master Goethe, the story of damnation becomes a cosmic drama about redemption. You see, Goethe isn't interested in just a simple moral lesson anymore. His Faust is about the entire human condition. It's this sweeping, incredible epic that explores our potential and actually argues for the value of endless, relentless effort. And this idea starts right from the very top, in the prologue in heaven, no less. Here, God himself sets the stage. He basically says that making mistakes is a natural, even necessary part of the human struggle. So get this. Error isn't a sign that you're damned, it's a sign that you're alive and you're trying. This completely redefines the deal with the devil. There's no 24-year clock ticking down. The wager is now totally psychological. The devil, Mephistopheles, only wins if he can create a moment of such perfect, blissful contentment that Faust says, okay, stop, I want this forever. The moment Faust wants to stop striving, he loses. And just look at what this does to the devil himself. He goes from being that literal monster in the Faustbuch to something completely different. In Goethe's universe, Mephistopheles is a cosmic catalyst. He's a tool that God uses to poke and prod humanity, just to keep us from getting lazy and complacent. It's brilliant. And so, in the end, Goethe's Faust is saved, not because he was a good person. I mean, he caused immense suffering, especially to the poor girl Gretchen, but because he never, ever gave up. He never found that one perfect moment. His salvation is earned through untiring, purposeful effort, right to the very end of his life.
Now, you'd think Goethe's version is the final chapter, right? But the story evolves one more time. We now put on our final mask. Or maybe it's better to say we step back and critique the whole idea of the Faustian man through the eyes of the philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche.
Nietzsche gives us this incredible metaphor. He says Faust isn't the hero or the villain. He's not even the end goal. He's a transition. He is a rope stretched across a great abyss with animal humanity on one side and the next stage of human evolution, the Übermensch or Overman, on the other. Faust is the striving, but he's not the destination. And here's Nietzsche's big critique in a nutshell. Faust's goal was fundamentally flawed. He was looking for one single perfect moment to freeze in time. But Nietzsche, through his prophet Zarathustra, says the real goal is to live a life so fully, so completely, that you would want to relive every single second of it. The good, the bad, all of it, over and over again for eternity. That is true affirmation of life.
And this is the ultimate philosophical shift. In this view, the need for a heavenly reward, for some kind of external salvation from God, it just disappears. The supreme value is found in the act of striving itself, in the climb toward becoming something more.
So let's just put it all together. This chart sums up the whole journey perfectly. You can see the nature of evil evolve from a monster to a tempter, then to a divine catalyst, and finally to just friction for us to overcome. Faust's fate goes from certain damnation to redemption, and at last to a state of constant overcoming. The theme itself evolves from a simple moral lesson to a profound philosophical blueprint for humanity.
And this, of course, brings us right back to today. That Faustian spirit, that relentless drive for more knowledge, more experience, more achievement, it's everywhere you look. Which leaves us with a final question to think about. In our own lives, in our own world of endless striving, what is the ultimate purpose of the climb?